Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the FC Sports Podcast. Today, I will be your host, Kyle Pearsall. Alongside me is Drew Grimes. Very interesting show for you guys today. Sorry about the past couple of weeks. Drew was sick, and then we had technical difficulties last week. But we are back now, better than ever. And I think we have a really interesting show today. We have 8 topics. We're going to get right into it with FC Sports. Today, we play at home against Zionsville. You can watch the game if you're not able to go there. On FCHN News.
FCHS News.
FCHS News. I'm sorry, guys. So we play Zionsville. Pretty good opponent. I mean, I feel like we can win this game. And It's a very winnable game. And fun fact about the game, actually, T.Y. Hilton's son will be on the other side against Zionsville. He's a freshman wide receiver. I believe T.Y. Hilton is a wide receiver coach. Don't know for sure. But, Drew, what do you think our keys to the game are?
I mean, obviously having T.Y. Hilton there, and then his son is gonna. You got to shut down that passing game, right? He's got to be a star or some sort. I mean, I've been kind of searching up. They have a good running back. They have a good running core. Their defense has been subpar, but kind of decent for the conference. I think it's a very good matchup for us. Just going head to head, even being close with Brownsburg last week, only losing 28-21. That's something really special after beating coming off 2-0. Then going in with, I think we definitely could have won that game last week. But we just need to come out and score early. Yeah. And I think just defense needs to hold them.
We came out last week against Brownsburg really good, winning in the first half 21-14. And then kickoff in the second half, we got the fumble recovery. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, we're about to beat Brownsburg. And that's when things went downhill. We didn't just take it in and be like, we're beating Brownsburg, let's keep beating them. We kind of thought about losing, like, oh my God, guys, we're not going to lose, right? We were thinking about losing, took our mind off of it, and that's why I think we lost. We didn't tell you because 2 weeks ago we played Roncalli, rivalry game, amazing game. If you were there, you knew. But that was just a really fun game to watch, and we ended up winning. So right now we're 2-1, going against Zionsville. To me, against Zionsville is probably like the lower tier of the HSC conference. You got Avon. Avon's 0-3. I think they play like Brownsburg next. That's not going to be good. Really good game. Hamilton Southeastern against Fishers, the 6 and 8 seed in Indiana. That's today. I think that's going to be a really good game. Getting to shift around the standings a lot. So I think if FC can win, that will really boost us up. And I think we play Avon next too.
Really?
Yeah.
We're at 15th or something like that too right now.
16th. Yeah, 16th.
Yeah.
So I think that's really good for us. And if we can come out of these 2 games 4-1, going into our really tough schedule, I think that'd be amazing for us.
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah, and now going on to the NFL/Colts. NFL season started yesterday. I think it was a really good game for the first game. What do you think about it, Drew?
I mean, of course you have a really good game. You have that Lions defense look completely different. Completely new secondary. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, led tied for first in the league in picks last year. Aiden Hutchinson's going to come out and do his thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was getting pretty much held every play I watched. And then, you come out and they get a pick 6 right out of Kadarius Toney's hands. I mean, when you have that kind of momentum, you had the offense, holding them, but you came out a half down for the Lions part, and then you get a pick 6. And that was, I think, the game right there. Yeah. They took over the momentum. The crowd lost interest. Travis Kelce being out played a huge part in that too.
Huge part, yeah. And, I mean, I don't want to go full in-depth to the Chiefs, but their wide receiver core is terrible. I know, I was surprised that, the Chiefs even scored some touchdowns. That was actually really good for the Chiefs because they didn't have Travis Kelce. They had the backup tight end, and you don't really know many of the wide receivers. Obviously we know Kadarius Toney, Valdez Stanley. Yeah, Valdez Stanley. And then,
I mean, Juju left them.
Juju left. I think if the Chiefs, this is the last thing I'm going to say about the Chiefs, but if the Chiefs want to get another Super Bowl, they're going to have to pick up a wide receiver either in a trade or in free agency.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Also, I didn't think their front 7 looked that strong either. I mean, Chris Jones still holding out. That'd be a big part of the run game, because I think David Montgomery ran all over the defense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think Jared Goff and Amon St. Brown both had great games.
Jahmyr Gibbs actually had a really good game.
So, really good stuff to see out of the Lions there. After finishing, the last 10 games of the season, 8-2. You're looking for big things out of them. They came out firing, beat the reigning Super Bowl champions.
Now we're going into the Colts game. Colts versus Jags. Might be a close game, might be a blowout. What are you looking for in this game?
Main thing I'm looking for is just how the rookies play, especially with Richardson. I just want to see how Richardson can control the offense. I want to see, the type of plays that Steichen calls.
Mm-hmm.
Having a new head coach, new quarterback. They're both, coming into this first season, and I think it's going to be just really interesting. I think losing Kenny Moore in that defensive secondary due to betting is huge too. Our defense hasn't looked strong all preseason. I didn't it look strong at the beginning of the year. Leonard said he feels good, though. He's looked okay. Buckner's, of course, is going to be good. It could be a really intriguing team. I don't think we're going to get many more than 6 wins, though, this year.
Yeah, I think over-under is about 6 wins. But I think it'd just be really fun to see what Anthony Richardson can do. What does he look like against, I think, a really good Jags team that I think they're going to obviously win the division, maybe get into an AFC championship. Just depends on their draw and how the Chiefs do. I mean, if that's what the Chiefs look like, might be a little iffy in there. But I think it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, the Jags have Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne. They're going to have weapons in the offense. Their defense, they got a lot of, good stuff. Did they pick up Ramsey or was that the Dolphins? That was the Dolphins that picked up Ramsey.
That was the Dolphins that picked up Ramsey.
Anyway, still, I mean, they got good stuff. They got good guys coming back. They pretty much have everyone locked in. Trevor Lawrence is starting to look more like the Trevor Lawrence we thought we were going to get out of Clemson. And I'm more interested to see how Richardson's skill set's going to play out. I mean, we still don't have Taylor or anything, but I don't think it'll be interesting to look at.
Yep. And now going into our next topic, fantasy football. Fantasy football, obviously, going on with the NFL season obviously started. I had Amon-Ra St. Brown on all 3 of my teams. He performed really well. Had the receiving touchdown, had a couple of catches, so I was pretty proud of that. We're going to get into who to start and who to sit. I will go first. I will tell you who to start. Drew's going to tell you who to sit. I think my start is Alexander Madison. This is on Yahoo Fantasy, by the way. My points projected. It says 12.08 points projected, which is a lot higher than it was. It was around 10 or 11 points projected when I last checked, and then I checked right now. And I think that's really good. That's a good flex, I think, or running back if you went all wide receiver draft, no running back. So I think that's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, I think that's, good. For my sit, I'm going to go with Gabe Davis. I just don't think he's going to get much action here in the first week. He's only projected around 6 or 7 points. I mean, you can definitely get a lot of other better receivers to start this first week. Just hold him out for a little bit. See, he was a big target in the postseason last year, but he might not be as big to start off the season.
Now going into our next topic, college football. College football officially kind of started last week. It kind of started 2 weeks ago, week 0. We're going to say it started last week. Had a great slate of games, 12 through 10, honestly. I think the best games from week 1 are the Colorado game, the Duke game, and the Florida State game.
Oh, yeah.
Out of those 3, which do you think is the most intriguing and which do you think was the best game?
The most intriguing, I'm going to say, is FSU, Florida State. I mean, they came out, they were ranked 8. LSU was ranked 5.
Yeah,
LSU is now 14. FSU is now 4. So, for Florida State to come out and fire like that and hold them at a point minimum, and they just keep out and going and putting points on the board and scoring and putting on pressure on them, I think that was a really good sign. Florida State could actually be a sneaky good team this year. I think the best game was easily Colorado TCU.
Yeah.
That game was just a back and forth. The ending of that, even the first half, every moment of that game was so fun to watch as a fan who didn't care about either team. So if you cared about TCU, you were so mad. If you cared about Colorado, you were excited. What Deion Sanders has been able to do with this team, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders are easy Heisman candidates.
Yes.
They played great, too. That team can go a long way. Ranked 22nd now.
They are just so methodical. If defense are giving them some room, we'll go quick slant. We're going to go curl route. It's just super methodical. They always work down the field. Defense looked really good in the first half. Second half, TCU kind of figured them out. But they're just going to have to fix up some things on defense. Their secondary was obviously amazing. Travis Hunter made an insane catch. Top 10 catch I've seen. That was just crazy.
Insane interception.
Insane. And I think, for me, the most intriguing game was the Duke-Clemson game. Clemson coming in, you're like, they have a sophomore quarterback. I thought they were just going to blow Duke out. Duke came in, just shut them down from the start. Clemson did not look good at all. I mean, I don't know if that was like they weren't ready or Duke was just that good. I just think Duke looked really good.
Yeah, I think, I go along with you. Duke did look really good, and the fans were behind him the entire time. They were ready to storm the field with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I mean, they were already coming down. They knew exactly what was going to happen. I think, Duke was just more prepared than Clemson was.
Mm-hmm.
Sabo had to be kicking himself, though. He had to be so mad about that game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way. He's thinking they lost to Duke the first game of the year.
IU lost to Ohio State in the opener. Defense looked good. Offense didn't really look good. They play at home against Indiana State tonight. What do you feel about, what's your thoughts on that game?
Well, we're not going to be able to watch the game because we'll be at the FC game, but, not the first half at least. Maybe
a little
back half
fourth
of it.
quarter-ish.
I think, IU should have this one. Indiana State's not a huge, team, but IU being a Big Ten team, I really like their defense against Ohio State. I think they look really good. I just, hope they can continue that and get some offense, man.
Yeah, get some offense. All right, now we're at our halftime. Halftime question is, Anthony Richardson was the 4th overall pick this year. Who was the Colts' previous highest draft pick before him? Don't search it up. Put it in the comments right now. We'll tell you in our conclusion. Now we're going on to the Reds. They are half a game back in the wild card. Won the series against the Mariners. Feeling like our rookies are doing really good. Drew, can you tell me more about these rookies?
These rookies are something special. I think all of them easily, if they play full seasons, could have a shot at the Rookie of the Year, and they're all on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Matt McClain just got put on the injured list. Tough to see, but he's been... Joey Votto said he was the best player on the Reds. Joey Votto himself said Matt McClain was their best player. When they have guys like Ellie De La Cruz on the team, who is changing the game with his speed, got an infield single actually, stole second, and then a ground ball through the right side, scored the winning run of the game against, I think that was on Tuesday. I mean, no other player is doing that, really. I mean, it's just game-changing speed, game-changing arm from shortstop. Christian Encarnacion Strand's starting to pick up the bat. Noelvi Marte finally got his first home runs, played some really good defense. Really like what I'm seeing out of him. Spencer Steer, easily, I think, my second or third candidate for Rookie of the Year. And then Andrew Abbott has been lights out pitching. Besides maybe 2 or 3 performances, Andrew Abbott has looked fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And we're coming against a series against the Cardinals. Our last stretch, the last 20 games, 16 of those games are against teams under 500.
Yeah, with losing records.
You got to win, and that's why I think the Reds are going to make the playoffs. I see it. I just see it. I really think they're going to win.
Yeah, they're half a game out right now. They get that rookie spark going. I don't think it's the records that matter. I think it's the teams that matter. They play Pirates, Cardinals, teams like that, and those are tough teams for the Reds to win against. They haven't not done good against them this year so far. Haven't done good against them in the past. Can't really figure them out in the NL Central. We'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. And now my favorite segment, Picks of the Week. We have some really good picks here, really intriguing. Let's just get right into it. We're just going to pick, the overall series, who we think is going to win the series between the Reds and the Cardinals. I think the Reds are going to win. I think they're going to sweep. That's the only thing I'm going to say. I'm going to just send it back to Drew.
I'm thinking Cardinals are going 2-1. Only reason for that, Cardinals are at home.
Yeah. All right. Now we're going to go IU against ISU. We're going to save the FC game for last. So I like that. So we're going to go IU against ISU. IU's going to win by 40.
IU's going to win. They're not going to score 40. They're going to win by 20 maybe.
20? All right. Now we got Tulane against Ole Miss. This one's really tough. I believe Ole Miss is at home. This one's just tough. I'm going to go Ole Miss, though. I really like their baby blue uniforms.
Yeah. Okay. I do like Ole Miss. Tulane, not a huge team. Ole Miss being from the SEC, I think they shouldn't lose technically. Mm-hmm. No one really, they shouldn't lose. But that puts the pressure on Ole Miss, which means Tulane could come out firing. Already a preseason top 25. I'm going to go with Tulane.
Tulane. Big game this week, Alabama versus Texas. I'm not really big on Texas football. I've never really been big on Texas football. Everybody's like, Texas football is back. They've never been back. Alabama is going to steamroll them.
Alabama does look really good. They got the second coming of Jalen Hurts at quarterback. Texas, I think Alabama will win, but if Texas starts Arch Manning, they will win. I'm calling it right now.
And our final pick of the week, FC against Zionsville. I'm gonna let Drew go first here. Just say score prediction too. Score prediction.
FC versus Zionsville. This is hard because I'm thinking about like what we said earlier. The defense needs to lock down. At home though, we're gonna have that crowd energy.
USA themed. I think that's really good.
Military appreciation. I got the cannon going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go FC. I just feel like they just can't lose this game.
They just can't lose this game.
I'm going FC. I'm gonna go 20 to 14.
20 to 14. Zionsville has a really good running back. I think we have a really good running back. I mean, I've seen him play Gilliard. He's just so good. The 99-yard touchdown was just amazing. I think we're gonna win this game. I believe we're gonna win this game, 31 to 10.
You sure we're
FC.
scoring 31?
31 to 10 FC. I believe in us.
Go offense.
Yeah. Conclusion, let's wrap it up. FC Zionsville come out, USA themed. I believe we're wearing black jerseys. I think that's going to be pretty cool. What do you feel about, last thing about the Reds, what do you feel about their playoff chances? Because I already said I think they're going to make the playoffs. What do you think here?
It's going to come down to 4 teams for that last spot. It's going to come down to the Reds, the Giants, the Diamondbacks, and the Marlins. Diamondbacks currently hold it right now. I think Reds and Marlins pretty much have an easy shot along with the Diamondbacks.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants are, I think, almost out of it right now.
I think they're out of it.
The Cubs just whooped them. They just whooped them in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Cubs are only 1.5 out of first place in the NL Central, by the way.
That's crazy.
So,
and last but not least, we're going to answer the question of the week. The question was, Anthony Richardson was the 4th overall pick this year. Who was a Colts' previous highest draft pick before him? Drew, what's the answer?
Answer is Andrew Luck, who went number 1 overall in 2012. Of course, we all know what happened with Andrew Luck. But we wouldn't be in this quarterback spot if he didn't retire early.
Oh, yeah. That will conclude our show. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.